It's day 839, the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. By the sponsor of Kam Yishir Mar, the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please come me directly, be greatly appreciated. They are doing Tzimitzah, Kuf Lam Gimel, Sif Zayin, to Taf Kuf Lam Dalit, Sif Tes. Last night we were thinking of finishing Taf Kuf Lam Gimel, but we decided the last Sif was too long. Zayin, Chen Tzad Adam, Dagim B'chol Moed, a person can fish on Chol Moed, Kamash Yochel Tzur, anything as much as you can fish. Malech HaKol B'choyin, and Chol Moed, and salt on Chol Moed. Because it's possible for him to eat it on the Moed. Ba'avagav Shetzichem Lishos, even though they have to soak in the salt for several days. If you squeeze them with your hand many times, actually until they get soft and I guess absorb the salt more quickly, they'll be suitable on chomai to eat. Even though he fishes more than he needs deliberately on chomai, we forbade grinding in such a manner. Fish is not like a grinding. Fish are not the same quality. On the same type. You need many. You need a lot in order to choose which one you want to chomoid. We could slow of them. It's not an absolute malacha. Even though we're machmir on Shabbos, but we're not machmir on ibud v'ochlin, on working curing food. The Mishnah Berurah Shalatzian says, since right now you don't know which one you're going to choose, so therefore that's not an issue. But that doesn't seem to be relevant to this. Okay. I feel fast. You can go fishing even in public. Because everybody can tell. Eat fish for chol. Even those that are accustomed not to fish, they're allowed to renege on their custom. Because it's not right what they're doing. They're diminishing the symbols yontif. To do for the purpose of chol. Most of the son, Baal Habayis b'shvilo. If the Baal Habayis is doing it for himself, he's allowed to do it even in public. If craftsmen are doing it, they should do it in private. Shmuel says both selling and both the craft and the selling. I don't know, we're talking about selling here, but I guess it means I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Talking about hiring craftsmen. All right, that's what he says here. Kate is the character of Arukh HaShulchan. Kate says essential. I guess the fishmonger, the fishers and fishmongers. That's what it means. Kate says people who trap animals and birds, or tochnin and grind, boat spin and harvest. To sell and market. Doing in public is going to be a desecration of the yontif. But with fish, there's no such problem because everybody knows they eat fish for yontif. There's no desecration. Those are concerned also by fish. It's like everybody agrees that fish you can, I guess, do the malacha in public, even if you're a commercial fisherman, even if you're a fishmonger, you can do it on public. The Mishnah Berurah says that professional fishermen are not allowed to fish in public. But to sell in marketplace, they are allowed to sell in public, the fishmongers. Okay? Arukh HaShulchan is obviously more makeup. But to dig out the pool, that the water should flow out. Yishora dogim, and the fish will remain there, and then you collect them. That's definitely also. It's like avodas karka, I guess. They don't seem to tzarich yontif bilbad. You can only do it for the purpose of yontif. They don't seem. No, I think he means they don't seem to tzarich yontif bilbad. You wouldn't do such things just for the purpose of yontif. So clearly, it looks like you're doing it for after yontif. Chenak lo behemos, also to milk animals. I feel like harbei, even a lot. According to tzarich yontif, you'll see you're not just doing it for yontif. It's mutter, it's permissible. Shazel davar ave. It'll cause a loss. If you're not going to milk them, the milk inside the cows will get ruined. Besides tzar b'chaim, they allowed telling a non-Jew to do the milking on Shabbos. Mishnah Berurah says that by fish, again, he's not so makel. He says he can be makel by a non-Jew if you want to eat the fish on Chol HaMoed. But Arukh HaShulchan's matir outright. Okay, Taf Kuf Lamadal. Dinei Kibbutz Begadim Chol HaMoed. Laws of laundry on Chol HaMoed. We're supposed to finish this whole sermon tonight. Okay. Also, Chabitz Begadim Chol HaMoed. You know how to do laundry on Chol HaMoed. So Yochel Chabitz Begadim could have laundry for Yontif. Other, on the contrary, not to Kuf HaMoed, we allow him to do laundry on Chol HaMoed. So anybody, because he's really busy, Arab Yontif, leave the laundry till Chol HaMoed. Because the Yontif Shem Nuvalim will come to Yontif disgusting. Therefore, even if you forgot or you were compelled, prevented against your will from washing on it before Yontif, also serving him. Can't be matir because it looks very bad. The Roy Yomar, somebody who sees him, is going to say, you're allowed to do laundry Chol HaMoed. Unless the situation was well known that people won't make a mistake. They say the column is there, and there won't be any misunderstanding as a result. Basically, the same people who are allowed to shave are allowed to do laundry. These as follows. Somebody comes from a distance allowed to do laundry. But somebody comes out of prison, out of captivity. For prison, and somebody who was accursed, I guess, so they nullified his curse on Chol HaMoed. And somebody who took an oath not to do any laundry, and he went to a Chacham who annulled his nether on Yontif, and they permitted him for him. Everything as explained by shaving. So to the Avel whose seventh day will happen on Yontif or Erev Yontif, we didn't have enough time to do laundry. No, that was Shabbos, sorry. On Erev Yontif, which was Shabbos. And Azarim, Vazidos, Vanodos, Yoldos, and so too, people who had various different flows, Azav or Zava, Nida, or a woman who gave birth. Anybody who's coming from Tumah into Tara, allowed to do laundry. Who would have found a stain on her clothing on Chol HaMoed. She's allowed to wash neither clothes like she is accustomed to on a weekday. I assume it means that in order to have white clothing, because the Mishnah Berurah says on this that if she had become manida on Yontif and she has to put on white clothing during Chol HaMoed, she's allowed to wash. Not everybody knows who's a nida and who's not. I should not. What can you do? Yeah, there's no choice. Besides that, since she's a woman, people will assume must be she wasn't nida. Tent house. Keeps them. Everybody knows that even, or it could be handkerchiefs as well. The same principle. Even if you learn them before you don't have chosim, you get dirty again. If you have bay mutar, you're allowed to even wash many of them. They should need to wash ones all the time. So somebody knows that he has enough for Yontif. He is not allowed to do the laundry of the hand towels or the handkerchiefs. Mr. Berurah says, and indeed, nowadays the people only change from Shabbos to Shabbos once a week. Even if you have two, you shouldn't do them on Chol HaMoed because there's enough with what you wash every Yontif. Adam writes the same thing was true by a handkerchief. Okay, so the same thing which was said by hand towels here is true by a handkerchief, which you use to blow your nose. Okay. Mishnah Yeshitir Midbros Hasfarim. Those who allowed to do the aprons for the first shot is saparim of barbers. Second one is svarim of Sifrei Kodesh. And he now gives these two explanations. So it's two explanations. It's the apron you put on when somebody gets a shave. Must be was for somebody who was allowed to get a shave during Chol HaMoed. Seems more like the other pairs. It's of holy books. Because of their honor, they allowed you to wash their mantles. Everybody can tell they are the coverings of Ksipri Kodesh. It's not appropriate, not proper to forbid doing them on Chol Moed. Folk also allow the washing the sponges, sponge sheets. When he explains, it's like robes, bathrobes, which get very dirty very quickly. The sheets one wraps himself out in when one comes out of the bathhouse. The Shabura says, the Beis Yosef says that nowadays people are machmir not to wash the robes, and that's appropriate. But Arukh HaShulchan doesn't mention that. Can't big they tanim, also the clothing of children. Then they get dirty all the time. Everybody can see that. They also allow you to wash your clothing. Somebody only has one article of clothing. He's got to wash it. Even when he washes it before the other, it gets dirty very quickly. Because he has nothing to change into. Hey, B'nei Beresh Perak Elu Magal. In Parak Hashas, the Gemara asks in the third parak of my cotton. Somebody only has one article of clothing. Nobody else knows he only has only one article of clothing. To launder, it's maritime. Taratan answers, his belt indicates that this is the case. Somebody who only has one article of clothing, this is really like a shirt or a tunic. So then, Poshto, he takes it off. We start to he puts on his outer jacket. And belts it with his belt. And he stands and he launders with the other clothes. This indicates to everybody he only has one tunic, one shirt. The other Rishonim don't mention this. The Talmud Nireh seems, even though the Gemara seems to mention it, the Himela Kenu, it's automatic. Everybody sees. Whether he puts on the outer garment or not, everybody sees he's washing. Doesn't have a shirt on. But in that case, it's only when you're doing laundry yourself, does a sheker. Because then everybody can see. Also, this thing I have to mention, it's obvious, I guess. So, mutar lo. So he only has one shirt, and is allowed he himself to wash his shirt. The head yamashu hu v'loacher. Seems explicit, he and not anybody else. There's a bracket to which you won't understand unless we saw inside the Beis Yosef in the Bach. The Mishabura is machmir. He says that some people hold that all this was time in the Gemara, but according to our minhag, that with our clothing, that we don't put a belt on the outer garment, we can't be makel. Nevertheless, he says if the inner garment was one of linen, which I guess gets really dirty, then you don't can be machmir. Okay, again, Arukh HaShulchan is more makel. Vav, and near the kosher also little chavis and moed, anything you're not allowed to wander on chol moed. Also, for the Yehudi, it's also even by non-Jewish who washed them at Beis Yisrael in a Jew's house. But it's got to be this way. Came the ikratam azesh lo yikonsul rego. Shem letunofi, and since the main reason is it shouldn't come into yontif when you're disgusting. If you're not the Yehudi, if we print this way non-Jew, yachzor HaShulchan come over, we'll have the problem again. V'is mishkasav shem b'mitzrayim nogim hetel l'chabes adei shvoches. Kama shetzorech lemoed. Who's it called? I saw somebody wrote in his Berhedim name in the Re Castro that in Egypt they used to do the Chol Moed laundry by their servants, the non-Jewish servants. The Davatem, what's astonishing, we don't have such a custom. Linens, they're allowed in the Gemara to wash, because it's easy to wash them. It's not so difficult to wash. But but then you're going to put off the Chol Moed, come to Yontif looking disgusting. So you have to say because other clothing you're going to have to necessarily wash it for the Yontif. So you're probably going to wash your linen before then. But it's if happens to be you have linen left over, you could do it even on a Chol Moed. I'm not saying no less organ kli pishton. By us, we ask her also this also kli pishton. We should bring forward it's not the pishton. It's only for somebody who has only one article of clothing. Or somebody has multiple articles of clothing, and we ask them. And The male came Shnagukin, this is custom of the Dvarim Amatorim, so he's saying which is mutter, Achem Onogobaim, so where other people conduct themselves as if it's prohibited, Shos Hatim Mifnei, it can't be martyred in front of them. Avisa Yamoil HaTorah, but according to this, it will be effective HaTorah's Nedarim to nullify this custom. Comes down to Yodei Sim Reish Yudal. Albema saying okay, but it's not true. The Gemara Shem Yesh Plukta says there's a machlokas. The Yesh Osim there are those who forbid it. Ulai tafastu das osim. So anybody decides to basket like those are machmir la locha, lo shayla Torah. So it's chumer halacha. It's not an eder. Can't do an omid. And ikar dasan chabes klipish. That's primary halacha. For us, it is forbidden to wash linen garments. But here the Mishnah brings more meko. Says since meikar then it's permitted, so therefore it's a minhag to meko to give linen to non-Jews to wash one garment outside the house. Okay. Zayin. Kol sheitiru chacham lechabes all those permitted to laundry with the chab. Some people b'neser of oil. They can use even neser and oil. I mean boris, which are the types of detergent. Nearly the gilts also, but ironing is forbidden. So you find in by laws of avel shlukum and chibus gilts that even their matir laundry, they're not matir ironing. Since you only find that they're allowed to launder, why would you be allowed to iron? But since they're allowed detergent, seems like there are no holds barred. It's not true. Also, our ironing is supposed to be defective relative to theirs. But anyway, it's not true. All those are allowed to launder. Do the public by the bank of a river. This is when only when you're specifically washing on a riverbank, because it has to be in public. They allowed it because river does good laundry, I guess, because of good flowing water. If you're not doing it by the river, they should do it in private. Those who ask the learning public by the river. They're only allowed to do linen. Now be they tiny, but clothes of children, even in public. Anything where it's obvious. Lakol, that you're there's extenuating circumstances. That which he forbade in public. Also, the same thing that we said by shaving. We should say the same thing by shaving, because not everybody knows that you're doing it with their keter. The says, no, that not by shaving. We're not necessarily machmir. Okay, because even those who are permitted, you only can wash that which is need for a chol moed, like one shirt. But the children of the clothing of children, which you wrap them in, viklin, which is they call diapers, and they urinate and defecate in them. Actually 4 or 5, even more one time. You need several of them all the time. But you have you can't give it a specific measurement, number. But they actually wearing the grown-up clothes, so to speak, shirts. Not diapers. There is a limit how much you can do. Not more than that, although it doesn't specify the limit. I guess you have to be reasonable about it. Test. When you could bring clothing from the craftsman, the tailor, or the seamstress's house, those that you require for you, although it's not just tailor, it's any craftsman. Mokarim, xasos, pillows and mattresses, karos, plates, lochios, bowls. But things we don't need for chol like a plow, or dyed wool from the dyer's house. We don't bring chol moed. It's not necessarily chol moed. Why should they go through this difficulty for no good reason? Toil, unnecessary toil. Besides, I'm going to say that You gave him to be fixed in Chol Moed. Take them, you fix them in Chol Moed. I feel both of Chutz and Bais, I feel one Sheni Yehudi. Even if it's from in the same Chutz from one house to another, where it's semi-secluded. Even if the craftsman is not a Jew, you still shouldn't collect the stuff. It's not purposeful for Chol Moed. If you're going to for Dvar Mitzvah, even if it's not Tzorach HaMoed, it could be from a non-Jewish craftsman's house. You can collect it. Well, why? I don't know if I remember this word. When anything the Shiom, they're going to say, "Should I saw this?" I talked to them. The Jew gave them stuff on Chol Moed to fix. If the craftsman doesn't have what teeth, no sin lo scharo, you pay him. And leave the stuff to be collected after you answer. You can always pay him. Even if it's craftsman who's rich. But if he doesn't have what to eat, you gotta pay him. So nevertheless, wait to collect. If you don't trust him, put them next door, don't bring them all the way home. Somewhere where outside the jurisdiction of the craftsman. If you're afraid that maybe they're going to be stolen from there, take them into another yard. If there's no place in Mukhal, you have to bring it home. Only bring it in private. So they should not be suspicious of him that he had this arranged for Chomoid. If there's some place else where you can bring it, you shouldn't bring it in private to his house. Actually, I said, no matter how privately he does it, Yargishu Yechidim Yikshidu. There'll be always individuals who will find out and they will suspect him.